Today, we will be learning together a new topic in English. This lesson focuses on the grammatical features of past and past perfect tenses. And for the objectives of this lesson, first, indicate past actions using past and past perfect tense of the verb. Second, use the past and past perfect tenses correctly in varied contexts. Third, show understanding of the past and past perfect tenses through different activities. Simple past tense is used to express an action that happened and ended in the past. And for regular verbs, past tense verbs end with d or ed and used to express an action that happened and ended in the past. Let's take a look at examples under regular verb. The first column is the base form of the verb, while the second column is the past tense of the verb. Observe that we only added d or ed to the base form of the verb and it transposed it into past tense. We have here play became played, admire became admired, pray became prayed, announce became announced. Let's have an example. Glafgens announced the date of distribution of learning materials yesterday. The time signal is yesterday, which indicates that the action is already done. So we use the verb announce in its past form. It was yesterday when Glafgens announced the date of distribution. There are also cases in a sentence that we don't see any time signal. In this example, the head of the school was admired by many. Probability is that the head of the school in this example might have done great deeds. That is why he or she is being admired by many. The word admired is in its past form. But remember, there are also some clues where it tells us that the verb is in the past form. In this scenario, we have the linking verb was, and was is in its past form. This time, we have the irregular verb. Irregular verb form their past, usually either changing or retaining their spelling. Let's take a look at the different examples under irregular verb. The first column is the base form of the verb, while the second column is the past tense of the verb. Observe that in order to transpose these verbs under base form, we should either change or retain its spelling. Example, the word take, we change its spelling into took, and then the word bring became brought, leave became left, and write became wrote. Let's have an example. Writers of the Brook at ang Batis of Glafgens wrote articles that are timely and relevant. The word wrote here is an example of irregular verb in its past form. Another example is stakeholders brought their Brigada donations during Brigada Oplan Balik Eskwela. The word brought is an irregular form of verb in its past form. Always remember that in constructing your sentence, you can add modifiers and you can also omit that time indicator as long as the verb you use is in the past tense. And this is the formula or the structure that we need to use. We have subject plus past tense plus the object. Let's try this example. This is an in photos from mathematics department. Let's try to apply the formula, which is the subject plus the verb in its past form plus the object. So the statement that I've took from this in photos is the mathematics department conducted the first session of Project MT1 or mathematics tutorial for an hour. So applying the structure, we can say that the subject in this sentence is the mathematics department, and the verb in its past form is the word conducted, and the object of the sentence is the project MT1. How about this statement? Can you apply the structure on your own? Mr. Mar Santamaria, Master Teacher 1, spearheaded the tutorial. So I'll give you 5 seconds to apply the structure. Very good. The subject of this sentence is Mr. Mar Santamaria, and the verb in its past form is the word spearheaded, and the object of the verb is the tutorial. Here is another example. It's an in photos from science department. I've took two statements from this in photos. The first statement is Glafgen's science teachers appealed for cooperation and support. The second statement, DepEd officially announced the opening of classes for school year 2021-2022. Observing these two statements, they've both used verb in its past form. This time, we will discuss the past perfect tense. Past perfect tense narrates past actions in events. A sentence that uses past perfect tense provides two actions in the past wherein the first past action or condition is completed ahead of another past actions. Past perfect tense usually used this structure, had plus past participle of the verb. Let's have this example. Mercy had eaten her breakfast before Juanito asked her to do so. In this given example, both actions happen in the past. However, one action took place before another. In this context, the past perfect tense portrays an earlier action before another action happened as portrayed by the simple past tense. Time expressions are also used in this type of tense. After, as soon as, the moment that, and until are used before the past perfect tense. Let's try this example. After Stella had finished the dress, Ben sold the item. This is how we analyze this example under past perfect tense. We have the time expression used, which is the word after. The structure, had plus past participle of the verb. You have here had and the word finished in its past participle form. We have also here the word sold, which is in its simple past form. This ends our discussion. I hope you've learned something. This is Sir Loreto saying goodbye.